Welcome to the SpaHive Podcast. We're your hosts, Julie Pankey
and MaryAnn, spa leaders, business strategists, and business besties who are pulling back the curtain on what it actually takes to grow a business and a life you don't secretly want to escape from.
This is where leadership meets honesty, where revenue meets relationships, and where we talk about the things no one puts on Instagram.
So, if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a high achiever who's building something meaningful, but also navigating team dynamics, burnout, boundaries, and big goals, you're in the right place.
No highlight reels, no sugarcoating, just real conversations, practical strategy, and a little laughter along the way. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome back to the SpaHive Business Besties Podcast. Good morning, MaryAnn.
Good morning, Julie. Good morning, loyal and faithful listeners. How are you, Julie?
I'm good, but I was just thinking that, episode is about spring. We've been talking about spring cleaning and spring has sprung. I'm thinking I'm still dressed kind of wintry.
It's because you live in New England. That's how people dress.
Yeah, I do have like a cream colored skirt on, but I have like a tan sweater, and I was thinking I should have like a blue sweater. Maybe I have a blue sweater here and I'll change into it. Impromptu. Make me feel more springy.
Perfect. I love it.
So we're talking about spring, which means it's a perfect time for us to clean it up, clear it out, reset everything. It's our reset era. And today, we're going to do that for the wellness industry. So we're going to bring you 3 trends, and we're going to decide in real time, are we keeping it or are we cutting it?
Just like a garden, Julie. See? You see what I did there? I thought it was pretty funny. You know what I got into last night, actually.
What?
And it was kind of spring-like because it was so pretty to watch. But I started season 3 of Bridgerton.
Yeah, I didn't start that yet.
Yeah, so season 4 has come out, but I stopped a while back.
Oh, okay.
I had stopped a while. I had devoted, I had watched 1 and 2, loved it. You know, I love the soundtrack of Bridgerton. I just love the music. So yesterday I was like, what am I going to watch? What am I going to watch? And so I started it, and I'm hooked again. And it's so beautiful to watch because the dresses are beautiful. The landscaping is beautiful. Everything is so nice.
Right.
They go, they promenade around the little park, and it's so spring-like. And obviously in season 3, right, a big focus is on the Penelope character,
right,
which I just love, right?
I know you do.
That's my daughter's name, which I had no idea. It was a big name in Bridgerton, but I guess I'm just, so with the times. But yeah, I started watching that, and that was really nice. So if you need a little spring mood boost, I would suggest to turn that on. It was nice.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into season 4 yet. We were watching another series, but I do, I do enjoy Bridgerton. So that's something I feel like I'm sort of saving till we're like,
Yeah.
What else can we watch? And then we're like, oh, we didn't watch Bridgerton yet. But fun fact, the big spa that I work with, we changed over the main music of the lobby and the nail room to Bridgerton-like covers. And
I love it.
So it's songs that you might recognize.
Yes.
But done in the instrumental, quartet version. And I'm going to tell you, have loved it. Guests are like, oh my gosh, what's this song? And in the nail room, they'll play name this song, right? Because they're like, I know this song. Is this Bridgerton?
Yes.
People love it. It's so on trend, and it wasn't even my idea, I will say.
I like it. Yeah, the music.
I do get good ideas from my team members.
Of course you do. Of course you value your team members. I would just say the music in Bridgerton is just, it's so top notch. I love it so much. Maybe I'm going to listen to that today. It's supposed to be nice and warm here today. For our daily weather report, locals on the 8th, as my favorite weather channel does. Nice and warm, about 70, 77 might be the high, which is a little hot, but
wow.
Yeah, yesterday's high was 50. So welcome to Maryland in the spring. Never know what you're going to get outside.
Yeah, it might snow here.
Oh, boy, that would be horrible.
All right.
Well, let's get us started with our trends. And now this is in true spring form because it's our garden's trends, right? Garden theme. And this is a trend I think you have some experience offering it at different spas you worked for, but many people might not know it. So let's talk about ear seeding. See what I did there? Garden.
Yes, seeding.
Yep. So what it is, it's small beads placed on pressure points in and around the ear, used for stress, craving, hormones, anything. And sometimes they're really cute looking, right? They can be like little gem looking things.
Yep. I just ordered some yesterday.
You were supposed to send me some.
I am?
Yeah, I said a long time ago you were going to send me that, and you never did.
Okay, I will.
So, have you tried it yourself? I've not tried it, obviously. Have you tried it?
Yes, I have.
You didn't send me a picture of your ear.
Well, that's kind of hard. But my acupuncturist gives me ear seeds.
What?
Usually like once a month or so. So she acupuncture, sometimes when I need like a little extra energy boost or if I'm feeling like high stress. So, like a not calming effect, but, kind of a nervous system deregulator a little bit, she'll give me ear seeds. And so that's how I know that it's a real good thing because my acupuncture gives it to me. However,
acupuncturist gives you a lot. She gives you herbs, seeding.
My iron supplement.
Yeah.
Which is all natural, not a pill that you can't absorb. And
what is it then?
And iron is in like higher doses, depending on how much you need in pill form, can upset your digestive system. Let's just say.
Iron's a hard one.
So mine is, you can buy it, of course, online, right at their website. I buy it from my acupuncturist and it's, the same price, but it's called Floridix. And again, we're not doctors.
Or
but
are we?
It's an iron and herb liquid supplement. It's all natural. It doesn't cause digestion upset, aka you could get some constipation with iron.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
No.
So each serving contains 10 milligrams of iron from the ferrous gluconate with B vitamins. So it gives you some B. It's a liquid supplement. It's a vegetarian formula. So it has vitamin C, which helps support the iron absorption.
Yeah.
So I take it first thing in the morning. I eat a half a banana. I usually will do my workout. I'll eat a half a banana. I take my dose of it and then I do my workout. I eat another half a banana. Then I go to get ready and then I'll eat and have my herbs. It's, lactose free, alcohol free. I'm just looking at the website. No artificial additives, preservatives.
It sounds like
yeast-free.
Yeast-free, interesting. When it reminds me of if you were a little bit tiny baby, because I think we give little babies, if they are breastfeeding, you give little babies iron, like an iron supplement dropper.
Yeah, yeah.
Because mothers are usually deficient in iron, right? Especially after you give birth.
Right.
So, yeah, it just sounds like you're like a little baby. That's cute.
A baby.
You
And it
are a little
has to be
baby.
refrigerated, because it does not contain any preservatives.
Preservatives, yeah.
Yeah. And it's all comes from, like fruits and vegetables of some sort. I mean, I can't go into the ingredients, but you could check it out online. It says pear juice, grape juice, black currant, honey, rosehip, blackberry, cherry, orange, red beet, wheat germ
Huh.
extract, lemon juice, apple extract. So yeah, so we'll see. I mean, so the proof will be in, my numbers, because my blood work showed that I had a lower iron, but not an anemic
Yeah.
iron. So yeah, I mean, so she turned me on to that, and I checked with my doctor, who said yes, that's a great alternative to,
Iron
the
supplements.
OTC pills.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yes, my
okay,
acupuncturist is the best.
so maybe that's one of our trends is acupuncture.
I know, right? We didn't think of that. See, we're live
Yeah.
in the moment.
See, look, we went from ear seeding to acupuncture. Well, I love both those things. Maybe I'm going to try acupuncture, actually. But I do want to try ear seeding. And I think it'd be really cute if there were tiny gems, because then I would feel like, I don't know, that's cute and fun and springy.
Right.
So,
we sell out of the gem ones. They're like clear gems, like little
mhm.
diamond studs. And, we sell out of them pretty frequently because we do ear seeding in a few of our services, and I work with other spas that have done ear seeding as well, and I think that it's something that you can easily do yourself. In the retail package, there's a tweezer, and then there's a mat of your ear,
Yeah.
so like for headaches, for sleep, whatever it is that you want to treat, because we're all different, you can place it in those points.
I love it. I love it. Well, maybe we'll put a brand in our show notes that you guys can
Sure.
check out for yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so ear seeding, we are keeping it, right?
Keeping
it.
it.
Acupuncture, we are keeping it.
Keeping it.
Julie, what's our next trend?
Well, my next trend is wellness beverages. So,
Yeah.
like the $22 drink, it's a collagen mocktail, or like a gut tonic, that becomes, a wellness experience. Replacing, in my opinion, replacing actual wellness care. So,
Oh,
there's the collagen mocktails, the adaptogen
adaptogen.
lattes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, that I am never,
You know what,
I
though? I will say, I feel like if your acupuncturist was hawking it, you would buy it.
don't know about this, like collagen drinks,
Well,
or
maybe not collagen, but like the adaptogen ones. I mean, so I don't know about any $22 collagen drink. I'm probably not drinking it. Because with that, I would feel like it would need to be like a daily beverage, right? And who's got money for $22 a day for a beverage? That's a lot. That seems a little frivolous.
no, but there are places like wellness studios, or, like wellness juice bars,
Yeah, that you can
you know,
add in something.
that you can buy like these kinds of things.
Well, I will say I like the idea of an adaptogen drink. Like, I really like, and this is mainstream, so this is probably very non-potent, but I do like those recess drinks. They're like adaptogen. They have different formulas. Some of them have like magnesium in it. I really do enjoy those drinks. I also like them because I feel like, they can be a placeholder for like a nightly glass of wine if you're trying to cut back or something. So you have some type of fun beverage you can look forward to. I mean, I guess if I'm going to a wellness place and they're selling like a beverage, yeah, it'll be hard to find me paying $22 for any beverage, I would say.
Right.
Maybe I'd try it. I mean, not the collagen one. I feel like that would hurt your digestive tract.
What? I'm just thinking about it. Do they do anything? Like, if you have it like one time, so is it really doing anything, or is it like what you're saying, like a non-alcoholic alternative, maybe to like boost energy or enhance your focus or manage stress? So, then I'm just going to make a mocktail. I am not one for functional beverages.
Yeah, that is true.
So, I don't do like the mushroom tea. I don't do a lot of kava. I'll occasionally do something like that. I don't think I've done any adaptogen. Maybe I've had something like, of course, at the spas, we sell beverages that have, their raw juice, or, we do have a collagen beverage, but, it's not something that I feel like I get into. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I feel like for me, this is a love it. I would try it. I like those different types of drinks. I think they're fun to try. I don't see anything wrong with, I would try it, but I'm not sure if they work. Like a collagen drink. When I drink like the magnesium recess drinks, maybe it works. Maybe it's a placebo effect. I don't know. I'm not sure if they work, but if they taste yummy, why not try it?
Why not? Okay. I'm not going to try it.
So you're cutting it. You're leaving it. You don't love it.
I don't love it. And MaryAnn loves it.
Wow. Looky there.
We don't always agree.
Imagine that.
What's next for you? Or do you want me to go next?
Do you got a stunner? You got a good one?
Well, I don't know if it's a stunner, but the rise of head spa.
Love it all day long. I'll take it
too.
All day long and twice on Sunday, my friend. Let me tell you, I want to go to a head spa probably at least once a day. Like, that's how many times it pops into my head. I think about head spas.
The one thing is that I feel like some places do it like really well, and other places kind of like add it and it's like half-a, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that, I love it, but I'm going to be very like specific of where I'm going to go for it.
Yes. If it doesn't have like at least 10 plus steps, I'm probably not going there.
But I do love it. I think that it can be like wildly inconsistent out there. So I encourage people to check it out, right? Do your research. If you want to follow someone on Instagram, check out Charleston Head Spa, which I never made it to because they were booked out months and months and months in advance. And I was even on their like cancel list and couldn't get in for like 2 straight months. So they are on my bucket list to check out when I go back down to Charleston. But check out the Instagram because they have a really great Instagram account too. Like, no affiliation. We don't know them, but I really love their vibe. So I'm going to keep it. I like the head spa. Now, one conversation is like, is head spa here to stay? Is that a trend that is going to be short-lived? Like, is it worthwhile? I'm considering bringing it into like, one of our big spas where we're doing some like touchless therapies and some alternative things, but I'm conflicted because, is it here to stay? I guess a blowout bar, right, has been here to stay.
Yeah.
It can just be almost like an extension of that.
Yeah, I love it. I'm thinking that you should put a calendar reminder on your calendar for like December 1 to go and book your head spa appointment so you can get in next time.
That's a good idea. I'm going to do that. I should do it right now while we're on our podcast.
Right? You know what I was just thinking about too is how I was thinking about when you have a head spa, like ethnic hair, right? It's a whole different texture.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, is this something that would be good for everyone? And they do have head spas that even specialize in ethnic hair. So that's great too. I love it. I love it. I'm keeping it. Here to stay. I want to go to one. Let's do it.
That'll be on our plan next year when you come down to South Carolina.
Perfect. Book it December 1.
I added it to my calendar Monday, December 14th, just randomly, and we're going to book it. What's your next trend?
All right, so it can correspond with our head spa, K-beauty type of thing. And I think you have had some experience in products that have this in it. But let's talk about Snail facials.
Yeah. I mean, we do have some products that have snail mucin in it. And I will say that it does offer a good hydration, almost like, think hyaluronic acid, like water, like retaining the fluid in your skin, the moisture in your skin. And it does have a very it has a good texture and firming property to it, but the actual snail facial, are we using snails?
Yes. So
no, I'm not loving it, just like our snake massage.
Yeah, so they say that the snail mucin is great for exactly what you said, hydration, repair, and glow. I like the idea of it. Oh, I have a couple questions. How are we harvesting the snail mucin? That's one of them. Number 2, and then my other thing is that if I have a product that has snail mucin in it, I don't want to know personally.
Right.
I'm good. I don't want that on the packaging. There's a tiny snail going across the packaging being like, my mucin's in here. So there's that. Now, the live snail facial where they put snails on your face is really just more for novelty, they say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like the little fish, chomping at your toes.
Yeah. So it's more based in Korea, again, like a global K-beauty type of influence. I'm going to cut it. I'm cutting it. I don't really want snails anywhere near me. They gross me out.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want snails.
On your face?
No, don't want that. It kind of reminds me of the old treatment of leeches.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But the whole K-beauty goal is that glass skin, right?
Yes. Right.
So I have tried the products that have snail mucin in them. I will say, I do feel like a firmness. It's not a product that I use, my regular basis. It's not a product in my medicine cabinet because, there's some other products for me that I like better. However, I do see a firmness and so I would use it. So yes, I would use it if I wasn't using something else, which, I don't change brands that easily.
Right.
So have I tried it? Would I have a facial with this product line? Yes, absolutely. I mean, I created a facial using this product line, but also knowing with anything else, when you're on the TikTok shop and you're diving down the rabbit hole of, K-beauty, it's just like with, the head spa that we're talking about, snail mucin, can be harvested ethically.
How?
Oftentimes it probably is not. So you just want to look at the brand.
Wait, so which brand are you referring to that uses it a lot in their products?
Immunology.
Okay. Do you know how they harvest the snail mucin? Well, from Immunology, contact us and let me know how they harvest the snail mucin. I mean, I assume that it's got to be ethically done or PETA would be all over them, right?
Right. I mean, I can...
Can you find out?
I could text the founder of Immunology and find out. And she probably has told me.
I want to know. And then I also want to know if PETA's ever came knocking on their door. They scare me. PETA scares me. Maybe that's one of our guest speakers is how do we harvest snail mucin?
Yeah, Karen would love to be on the podcast, I am sure, and I'm sure she would love to explain where her ingredients come from. Why are we talking about this so much? To harvest snail mucin ethically, right? Snails are kept in a clean, calm environment. They're allowed to move freely over mesh or glass surfaces, and their natural secretion is left behind and collected. No killing. Sustainable snails are reused versus the less talked about reality in a lot of sources is, that there's methods that use physical stimulation or stress to increase their output. And there is no universal regulation or standard across the industry. Some brands are doing it thoughtfully and others not so much. So we're going to invite Karen, the founder of Immunicology, on so that she can talk about a little bit more about the snail mucin in her product.
Do you think that there's like a sanctuary for like retired snails that gave their mucin? Like, obviously there's got to be like a snail prime age, right? Your mucin is most powerful. Do you think there's like a little sanctuary? And it's like, I don't know. Like, is it just one tank? Do they live in tanks? Do they live in the what? I'm interested now.
I mean, yeah, I think they probably do live in tanks.
But what happens once I need to know what happens once their mucin is all up. Where are we putting these snails? Or do they get...
Well, they naturally continue to produce mucin. I mean, they don't have like a mucin menopause.
Maybe they do. I mean, some point, old Susie, her mucin is not as potent as, a young Angelica or something. I don't know. Do they give them names? Do they grade their mucin? I'm so intrigued. All right, well, that was a good one.
I don't even remember any of the other trends that I have.
That one, I really got into that one. That was nice.
I think my one other one is like overdoing the QR codes. Like,
it's totally different than what we were just talking about.
Let's bring it back. Like everywhere you go, right? There is product info on the back of a box, in treatment menus. And, somebody sent me an invitation to an event in an email with a QR code.
No.
But when I click the QR code, right, there is a way that you make your QR codes also clickable. Nothing happens. So what? I'm opening it on my phone.
Yep.
So now I have to open it on my computer and take a picture of it on my phone. So instead, I took a screenshot on my phone and I uploaded it to ChatGPT, and I told ChatGPT to take me to where the QR code takes me. And it did give me a link. But really, first of all, it doesn't have to be that hard. Second of all, why are you posting your QR codes like on your Instagram? Because people are looking on their phones at your Instagram. So how are they supposed to click your QR code on the Instagram if you don't have a link to it?
I hate it. I was just talking to someone about this, that putting QR codes on like your social media posts literally makes me cringe. It makes me cringe because it's so dumb. So I get it if you create an image that's going to be for a flyer, that's going to be printed out, and then an image. Yep.
Yes.
And then an image for social media. But could you take the dang 2 extra seconds and take out the QR code when you post it on social media? Drives me insane. Yes. I just think it's so silly. I think it's silly. I don't think it's I think it's sort of lazy, honestly.
Right.
when I know it's businesses that have used it for like a poster or a flyer. I just think you're being lazy. It is funny. Yeah, there are a lot of QR codes running around these days. It's like people got the idea of using a QR code, and so they were like, let's use it everywhere. Let's do it. I think they're great for flyers. I love the idea for a flyer, but don't send me a QR code in an email. That's dumb. That's dumb.
Mind it on the back of, there's a product brand that we use and there's a QR code on the back of all the boxes now.
Yeah.
I don't mind that because, people, the consumer can scan it and it has like active ingredients and, results and etc. But then, it's in your retail space, and I've seen people out there with their phone taking a picture of the back of the product, trying to learn about it when there's 3 people at the desk, 3 humans that should be making a personal connection with these people, and educating them about the product as well. So, I mean, I'm all for tech, I'm all for making things easier, until it, replaces human contact or makes it so difficult that the normal person can't figure out, how to do it.
Yes. Yep. I agree with you. Maybe they, instead of listing their ingredients, they put a QR code because they're trying to hide their snail mucin. Just saying.
You have one more?
Yeah, so let's close it out. Here we go. This is very spring trending. B-E-E bee venom facials. You're going to see this over in Europe, various places, and in other luxury spas. It's products containing bee venom to plump the skin. So the good thing about this is I didn't see any facials that actually are using bees to sting your face, because that would be terrifying. But, let us know if you know a place that's using live bees and how they are kept as well. It also says it can be a natural alternative to injectables.
Yeah, I mean, they are saying it's nature's Botox.
Because you're causing a reaction.
For someone that's allergic to bees, if you're applying that apitoxin to your skin, would you have an allergic reaction? I mean, because I know my sister-in-law, Amy, had a bee. I remember one time, she's allergic to bees, land on her lip and didn't sting her, but her lip swelled up 3 times its size. And so she wasn't even stung. It was just based on contact.
I wonder, do you know any brands that are heavy with bee venom as one of their main ingredients?
I don't.
You know what? You thought we would think of that, right? Because we host SpaHive events. So why don't we have a bee venom skincare line? All right. Well, now we have to bring back SpaHive specifically for this. Makes sense.
Okay, online, and I'm seeing if any of the brands that we know and love,
right,
are listed, but Neiman Marcus sells bee venom moisturizer. There's this brand called Rodial, Rodial, and they seem to be big in this bee venom trend. So it might be worthwhile, to reach out to them and get some information. So my father was deathly allergic to bees. I do not know if I'm allergic to bees because I've only been stung once in my life. And I was a kid. And so this might be something that, either I'm ignorant about or, I don't want to try. So it might be worthwhile to reach them. It looks like they might be based in the UK. Trying to see. Sustainable.
Well, for all of our spa people listening, if you know a bee venom skincare line, let us know so we can also see how they care for their bees. I mean, so bees are super important, right? So save the bees, right? We always say that. So
Right.
maybe this is a good way to help support bees because they need the bees for, I guess, how do you get the bee venom? I hope it's not like you don't kill the bees. That would be silly.
No, I don't know. I mean, I said no, like naturally,
Well, I
no.
wouldn't think you would kill the bees because like bees are so important. Like why we wouldn't kill the bees?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, so that's so far it's a no for me, but I'm going to say the verdict's still out because, I don't know enough about it, but we should learn a little bit more. And, if you know more about it or a brand that we should try, let us know. I mean, we definitely use products that have honey in them.
Excellent.
We support the bees. Remember that, was it Charleston Bee Company? Remember they were going to sponsor SpaHive a few years ago. And I went and, oh no, Savannah Bee Company. And I went and visited their place in Savannah. And I also, like, they showed, the beehives and how it's harvested, all the like education missions that they have behind their brand. So like kids could go and get in their little bee outfit and like learn about the bees. Like it was a really cool experience, and it's all ethically sourced, that Savannah Bee Company, which I mean, I think that was probably pre-COVID even. So it was a while ago. And we support a brand called Bee Inspired Goods. And she's actually based there in Maryland. I don't remember where. I wonder if it's on our website. But she has a farm in Maryland and she's all about, you know, a sustainable product line dedicated to sustaining the honeybees. And, it's a, woman owned business, like founder operated brand that we support and love her products, love her teas. And I don't know if it says I should know
It's so funny because
Owing Mills.
yeah, so it's so funny because I live right there and I have seen this store and I have thought about this store and thought I need to go in and get Julie something be like, right? It was SpaHive, right? And that is so funny because I would have mailed you this and you would have been like, yeah, I totally know about this brand, right? That would have been funny. But
Yeah, so
literally,
the founder, her name is Kara, and yeah, we sell the products. We've created some signature treatments around some of her products, and it's been very successful. So that's another brand that we love that's not using the bee venom. So it might be
right.
interesting to ask some of these brands that we know that
Mm-hmm.
do bee forward products. How do brands harvest bee venom?
All right.
Or
Well, I
may,
think,
or maybe we don't want to know.
no, we do want to know. Knowledge is power. Well, now I have my homework. I've got to go contact all these random people.
Yes, and I need to give you the link for the ear seeds.
Yes. And then you need to give me some ear seeds. Gotta close this out.
That's our podcast for today. We will share some resources with you, as MaryAnn always does, in the show notes. I think that we'd love to start with a good podcast outline and then see where it goes from there. And this one did not disappoint as well. So again, if there's any of the products, trends, etc. that you'd like us to talk about or experience, send us a message. If you like our podcast, give us a share to some of your friends, get some other people to join us here in the podcast world. And we'll look forward to seeing you. I'll look forward to seeing you next week here live in the SpaHive. How about you, MaryAnn?
Yeah, I'll be here. right? I didn't know that was an option. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Check out the show notes and make sure you share it with a friend. Bye, Julie. Bye, listeners.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining us today in the SpaHive.
If this episode sparked an idea, made you think differently, or just made you feel a little less alone in business or life, share it with someone who might need it too.
Don't forget to follow the podcast so you never miss a conversation.
And check out the show notes for links, resources, and ways to stay connected with us, including the Spa 101 course taught by our very own Julie Pinky.
We're so grateful you're part of this community.
And we'll see you next time.